I should put it on record that it becomes very clear as we proceed that certain people don't want Mkhwanazi to appear before this committee. And they use all manner of excuses to make sure that he doesn't appear before this committee. Others even sing the loudest in a pretentious way as if they are his number one defense force. But deep down, they don't want him to appear before this committee. That's why you can't even revoke sanctioning him, because if it doesn't come, the better. Some of you forget how this committee came about, and many of you opposed the existence of such a committee. And now, because of whatever reason this committee is here, you start finding a way of juniorizing it. What does our committee have to do with the Commission of Inquiry, which is toothless? It's not binding. It can't bite. Why did we put those things in terms of in the terms of reference that we can subpoena a person? There was someone's wife who appeared before one of the committees here, and the husband is here. When she asked for postponement or for this or that, everything else was rejected because there was huge interest on her. And she was reminded that we can even proceed without you. But because you don't have interest, you pretend like you have interest, and you create an impression that Julius has got something to hide. How can I have something to hide when I say someone must come before the committee? You must decide what you want. You must decide whether you want Mkhwanazi before the committee or you don't want Mkhwanazi before the committee. And if you want Mkhwanazi before the committee, in the terms of reference, there are mechanisms to get Mkhwanazi into the committee. Mkhwanazi told you, I'm not coming to you, even before there was an actual date of the commission. That's how junior you are. And you want us to participate in a committee like this that has been juniorized? There is some senior committee called a commission. We're being juniorized. You have turned this committee into a toothless body. It is going to be the most useless body. I'm not even sure if some of us can continue participating in such a committee that agrees on something and do something else. Mkhwanazi, subpoena does not mean Mkhwanazi is wrong. If you don't know English, it's none of my problems. It's none of my baby to feed Malta Bella. Mkhwanazi must be subpoenaed because what Mkhwanazi said is important and cannot be postponed for a day. It's very urgent. But all of a sudden, even if Mkhwanazi becomes the last, that's fine. We can look at other people. Why? Because you don't want the truth. And you create an impression that you want the truth. You don't want the truth. I am here to seek the truth. That's why I'm saying Mkhwanazi must be subpoenaed. Mkhwanazi must come. We have nothing to do with the commission. We can never use a material of the commission in our committee. Mkhwanazi must write an affidavit directed to our chairperson, and that becomes a document of our committee. Any other thing is a hearsay. We don't want that. We want that which has been said to us by Mkhwanazi and the rest of them. I don't know what you're doing with Deputy Minister Cyril to show that you want to make this thing useless. You have put in deputy ministers with no powers. I don't know what they're going to tell you. I don't know what you want to get from those people. You are getting deputy ministers because you want to render this committee useless. That's what you're doing. And we don't agree with any of the proposals. We don't change any terms of reference. We want Mkhwanazi as number one. If you can't get him through lovey-dovey approach, subpoena him, we are not doing anything outside the terms of reference. And then how can a person who started the allegations be the last one to testify? What are you going to use? With due respect, Honorable Bredenbach, we cannot use what has been said on TV. We cannot use that. We can use what is in the affidavit, and that affidavit must have an oath. So who are you going to question based on what? What is before you? We need something before us. And the person who can give that is Mkhwanazi. He has to come. Even if it means stopping half the way to go and appear into the commission, finish, come back, that's fine. But he has to come to us. Without Mkhwanazi, we are toothless, we are useless, we don't know what we're talking about. Someone is alleging here. You go and ask someone else, or Baru, you did 1, 2, 3. Or go and ask the person who said, I did that, and give you a proof. They say Sibia has stolen or taken the dockets. That's one of the allegations. Of course, we know the dockets have been returned or whatever the case might be. We are going to go to Sibia and say to Sibia, where are the dockets? I never took any dockets. Bruno, what do you mean? He says, go to the person who says I stole the dockets to give you evidence that I took the dockets. It doesn't work like that. As an advocate, Honorable Bredenbach, you know that. It doesn't work like that. There has to be a person who makes the allegations. We have to test the allegations. We have to test the evidence of the allegations. On the basis of that, summon people, because we now have something that gives us at least a prima facie to can engage these people. I rest my case.
This morning, by what I've heard, why did we spend all that time with the terms of reference? Based on what has been presented to us this morning and what we've been told, it is clear now that we are being dictated to. It is clear that we are the underdogs, and it is clear that we are now becoming like a subservient right now. We have forgotten our role. We have forgotten our responsibilities. We have declared ourselves, like Honorable Malema says, completely toothless. I cannot believe right now that we are considering how and when to do this when we have spent so much time with the terms of reference. I cannot believe right now that we are saying that it doesn't matter when General Mkhwanazi comes to appear, and it doesn't matter whether he's first or last, his statement cannot change. What he has said on television cannot change. Then why are we here? Are we not meant to probe his accusations? Are we not meant to investigate as per the terms of reference? Then we might as well take the statement and take everything that has been publicized in the media and use that to generate findings in this committee. If that is being said, I am shocked to hear that that statement was made. I'm also saying that, why are we saying also that, you know what, let's call Mkhwanazi whenever he's available to come, forgetting that we also have the powers to subpoena, to summons people here, and then saying we can call whoever else, anyone else thereafter. Whether you have a criminal mind or an investigative mind, but I think it's common sense that whatever General Mkhwanazi presents and tells us, calling of the next witness needs to be intentional, and it needs to be strategic in terms of linking these statements and in terms of actually having an outcome that will give us results. We can't just go haphazardly right now and just call anyone whenever, because we are now being dictated to. I am really not happy. It feels as if at this point, like this is a complete waste of time, because all we've been doing since this committee has started, we have been getting our lead and getting our instruction from the parallel commission that is running. I'm very unhappy about this. And Chairperson, can we start doing what we've been mandated to do? Can we start realizing our power as Parliament and realize that we have the role, we have a binding role to play here? Thank you.